Hi, good morning. It is that time of the year. As you've seen from my thumbnail, it is Elf on a Shelf, upside down Elf on a Shelf. I always do that. Why do I do that? I should look before I pick things up. But basically, I know I've got a lot of the things, and I think most of us have. If we've got Cindy's or Barbies, they're great for those sizes. But somebody put on Instagram that they'd bought, I'll get this right way up, these. Now, these are stands, and apparently they are pretty good to hold our sort of 12, 13-inch fashion dolls. So I bought a couple of boxes. I got it the right way up. And we're going to test them out to see how they go. I've even got a Blythe, because obviously the Blythe head is so large. I think the weight might pull them over. I've seen somebody use them for Action Man. That works well, so that's a good sign. So we're going to have a play with them. So I've got a couple of stands. They were what? I think they were literally £1 for 2 stands. I mean, you can't go much cheaper. Obviously they are red, but you could decorate them up if you wanted to change them, but red's okay anyway. The other thing I picked up was a little swing as well, so we're going to have a look at that. I've no idea what that's like yet because I've not got into the box. And also a couple of outfits. Where are they? I got some more pyjamas. I have had them before, but these are quite cute because they've got little elves on them. And I got a new Christmas jumper. I like that one because it's got a Father Christmas on it. So we're going to try them on Cindy as well. Because again, Cindy, Barbie, Blythe. You might, if you took it from the bottom up, we could always have a try because I've got one here. You might be able to slide them on, and we will try that as well. So I've got a couple of dolls here. We're going to see how they go. All mega cheap, obviously. I think this was £1. I think they might, some of them are £2. I think the swing was £2 in every shop. Literally, I've seen them in Tesco. I think I got these pyjamas from Smith's Toys. I've seen them in Home Bargains. I mean, obviously, some of these are UK shops. B&M. B&M's always great for things like that. I think Asda had them. A lot of the supermarkets have them because obviously Elf on the Shelf is absolutely everywhere. They are invading. They're getting ready to make sure we behave for Christmas, even though they don't behave very well. So let's go top down and see how these are going to fit some of the dolls. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I think they should be okay. And if those stands are great, I might even have to go out and get a couple more at that price. So let's go top down and see what I've got. So let's have a look at these elf products. As you can see, this one's called Elves Behaving Badly, but you've got Elf on a Shelf. There's so many different versions out there at the moment. So as you can see, I have a few girls here which we're going to try the outfits on and the stands. So we're going to move them to one side just for a minute so we can actually have a look at the products. And these are the products that I actually got. This one I've already taken out of the packet. Now I do have some of the other jumpers from previous year, and I just thought they looked super cute on the dolls. Great for Cindy's, Barbie's sort of size. We've just got to, as I mentioned, see whether we can slide it onto our little Blythe here. It almost makes a dress for them, like a sweater dress. So I'm going to put that to one side, but you can see they're quite nicely made. I mean, they're £1. You know, you can't really expect much more. As I said, prices seem to be varying £1 to £2. I don't think I've seen much above £2 though. So we just pop that there because we're going to try that on her in a minute. Now this is the brand that we have here. I mean, it does say age 3+, so you know, you've just got to be careful a little bit. And it says #Prankmas. So I presume we can all have a look on that on Instagram, etc, etc. So it's a stylish accessories designed for your elves. But I do have some elves. We have some elves that visit us every year, but they are not for the elves. So saying that might mean my elves are a bit naughty because I'm not buying them gifts, am I? But these little pyjamas, I just thought, although they look quite thick on the waist, those, I think they might. Oh, it's not fastened up. It's just like a sewn up section, so it just pulls over the head. But again, with a lot of these, tiny bit of alteration, because that does look very big for our girls there. Might work for some of the guys though, because I know one of the Action Men up there, I'm just looking up on one of my shelves, has the Father Christmas outfit from last year. So it might actually be better off for one of our guys. So I'll pop that little character there. So that's one. Now this is a little seat swing. I don't know why I wanted this. I saw it and I thought, well, it might be a bit of fun. Could hang it up in my room. One of the dolls could sit on it. Let's have a look again. Doesn't tell you a huge amount of information, just the general stuff. So let's get in. This one did cost me £2 though. It feels quite heavy actually. Oh, it's actually pot. I'd anticipated that being wooden. But clearly, well, it's resin, isn't it? It's some sort of resin product, not sort of cement or anything like that. Well, I don't know. It might be. It feels a bit like I presume you can hear it clicking there. It's just a basic little shelf with a string, which is fine. A bit of fun again. I think that sort of feels like that looks untidy. I think I'd rather it coming out that way, but I think it is meant to be that way. I'd want to just sort of tidy that up a little bit. But yeah, it's just a length of rope. I'll probably be shortening it because I want it hanging from one of my shelves, but there's plenty of string to play with, so you could have it hanging anywhere. I mean, absolutely joyful if your children do like the elf on the shelf, things like that. I mean, great to have him sort of swinging on a shelf from one of your rooms with your Christmas decorations. It's nothing special made. You could probably make one easy yourself. Don't tell the elves I said that. But it's just a bit of fun, isn't it? So, a couple of pounds. I just thought I'd show you. Then if you do want to get one, it gives you an idea on the quality. So, there it goes. Not everybody wants to make things. I shouldn't presume that. I do make a lot of things, but not everybody wants to. There's times I don't want to. I'm quite happy to buy things ready-made. So here are the elves in the stand, and it's just like you get 2 in a pack. I was quite surprised at that. These were from the range that I got them from here. I didn't mention the range before, but these and this was from the range. Now you can see it's sort of got an adjustable stand. It's a pretty standard stand that if you are a doll collector, you will have seen thousands of times, but they're usually a lot more money because they say they're specially for dolls. These are very similar to the doll's house ones you can get as well. Right, but they are large. I've got some small. Oh, any more bits? Any more bits? That's actually quite a big base. That is quite a surprise. Basic slotting in, I'm presuming. Yep. And then we just squeeze this bit together and it slots in the top. Now you can see at its smallest height, which to be honest we won't need it much more I think for our fashion girls, but it does go quite high. If you go too high this bit comes out. Let's see, that's still quite strong, but obviously then it gets wider here. So it depends on the dot, but you couldn't go any further than that. I would say probably that is its max. Now this board I have here, I think they're about 1 centimetre square, so it sort of gives you an idea. So let's have a go with the dolls first before we try any outfits. But as I say, I've got 2 stands there. So we have Cindy, so we'll pop her at the side of it. As you can see, more than big enough for us, so we can bring it down to approximate waist height, maybe a little bit more. Obviously, the closer down it is, the tighter it is as well. So we'll clip her in. They do look quite large waist sort of pieces. Let me pop her in. Now, this is a vintage Cindy. So, yeah. Oh, I've got her arm in as well, bless her. Get your arm out, missus. There you go. So, the wires are quite large, as you can see. So, again, this is probably why it fit the Action Mans, etc. Because there's, you know, quite a bit of width there, so it's better. Now, you're not really going to be able to see here. I'm going to stand her up. I'm just going to stand her up for a second. And I will take some photographs and sort of show you. Right, she holds in. Can you see here, though? It depends whether you're bothered about this. You could push her forward. If you push her forward, obviously then, but then you get a gap at the back. But say if she's got a big dress on or a ball gown or something like that, or a big jumper, it would fit all right. And you know, I'm trying not to wiggle the camera. I'm just giving it a shake. She actually stays in. This is pretty solid. Quite impressed. So that is one of our vintage Cindys. We have here the more modern Cindy, the last sort of incarnation of Cindy. We have our Kid Creations girl here. And again, we still have this gapping issue here. But when they're stood up on a shelf, that's really not going to be a problem. So I'm standing her up. And again, give her a shake. Yeah, she slides off a little bit. That's because it's too big here. I mean, if you've got the right tools, you could sort of cut this and maybe bend it. But sometimes you do need them bigger because, oh, I had a bit of a crash with the phone there. I knew that was going to happen because obviously wiggling it around right next to it, it was going to get knocked. But basically what I was going to say is, depending on the fashion the doll is wearing, you might need this space. So I'd be tempted to leave mine alone, but she is solid on it, so that is what I'm quite pleased about. Now the big test is going to be this girl. Now our Blythe, I mean this is an AliExpress Blythe, but they all have approximately the same sort of head sizes. Quite big feet, so we should have stability. Let's have a look. I mean, her body is, I think we need to bring it down a bit. So about maybe, oh, I've pulled the bottom out. Be careful with that. Might be worth, unless you're planning on transporting them around, gluing that in. So let me pull it out a little bit further. I think that's approximately waist. Now, the strings always get in the way with the Blythes. That's one thing that I like them. I like the fact that, you know, you do the pull strings and you make them look pretty and all that. But they do get annoying when you're trying to do the hair or something like that. Right, so her feet, make sure her feet are touching. I think that's still a little bit high, so I'll take it down a little bit more. And now I'm going to risk the standing up. So let's see if she's going to knock the camera, because she's going to be the one that's going to fall over. So I'm going to do this to one side slightly. Let's have a look. I've got her legs straight now. She is pulling forward, but I've let go now. She's not fallen out. She's on a slight angle. I really could have done with doing it this upright for you, really, couldn't I? I mean, that's sideways in the stand, actually. Don't know whether you can see I've got the stand across her tummy here. And she does actually stand quite nicely with it at the side of her, so you could sort of play around with it. She's, if I shake her, she does come out, but you're not usually shaking your dolls, are you, while they're on the stands? And I think the AliExpress ones particularly, because we have the jointed knees, if you do shake them about, the knees bend, and of course they're going to fall over. I would use them. But I always, with the Blythes, I have a tendency to bring their feet slightly forward, so they're always leaning back, even on their stands, because then the head weight takes it backwards a little bit. So for 50p a stand, I think they are well and truly worth it. You could, if you've got some plastic spray, you could spray these up lots of different colours. And again, you've got that manoeuvrability. So it could be in a tub with a taller doll, as well as a smaller doll. So I think they're worth £1. Definitely worth £1. I've got 4 now because I bought 2 packs. I might buy a couple more because I think they might look quite nice sort of as a matching set of stands. So I've not decided yet. I suspect they're going to sell out quite quickly anyway. So they won't be just doll people, obviously. The whole point of it is it's for the elves, so people will be buying them for them. So let's have a look at these outfits again then. So I don't even think we need to try that on, do we? We can see that is too big for our Cindy's, Barbies, etc. We definitely need a larger doll. My action men are a little bit out of reach at the moment. That's the only problem. I've got some quite high shelves in here. Well, you know what it's like. The shelves get higher and higher. Quick look round. Trying to think who it might fit. I'm not convinced it would fit any of my particular characters. Wouldn't take a lot of alteration though. It's like with these. I mean, we can roll these up. It's not a big deal, is it? Let's see actually if we just rolled the legs up and see how they're going to fit on her. We'll try them on Cindy. I mean, it's a piece of elastic in the top. You can see it's just a bit of elastic. So if you're good with sewing needle, you can just alter that very fractionally. The top, I think, will take a lot more. Who shall we have? We'll go with our vintage. No, we won't. We will go with this girl because I can just take her dungarees off. And I've got a feeling she's got a leotard on underneath, so it makes it a bit easier. So slip your shoes off. Now, their legs are slippier as well. Not sounds silly, but the rubber legs on the vintage girl, so it's sometimes harder to get things on and off. But roughly, their bodies are about the same. So let's have a look. You know, that's probably about all you need to take it up. About a centimetre or so. It is big on the waist, but you could always, as I say, tack that. And in fact, if you pull it up at the waist, you might not need the length difference. Look, we'll take it down now. So I think I would have a tendency to alter the waistband rather than the leg length, because if you can tighten this, I mean, whether you take a little tuck and fold it either side or however you want to do it. You could take the elastic out and put a drawstring through, something like that. But apart from that, you've got some little instant elf pyjama bottoms. You just have to wear a different top, I think. But that's okay. I think that's worked out-ish. I mean, again, you'll have the same with the Blythe, although her legs are shorter, so you would have to alter the leg length. This, let's see if it actually goes on. I think that is one of the questions. I mean, there's quite a large sort of space where the head would be, so that's handy. She looks like she's looking at me a bit suspicious over there. I don't think she's very happy with me looking on that face. Oh, is it because I've said she's got a big head? Perhaps she doesn't. Perhaps she's cross with me. This isn't going on, is it? I'm having a fight here. Right, put your arms up, Cindy. We have one arm, and your head. And it still didn't work, did it? We'll go for the head first. Oh dear, you wouldn't think I could dress myself the way I'm going. Right, so let's see. Yes, it is huge, but how huge? Yeah, we would need sleeve alterations by quite a lot there. I would have a tendency to maybe have a fastener for this, because if we had a fastener, it pulls it across quite a bit. Length doesn't really matter, the pyjamas, but the arms, we would definitely need quite a fix on this. Maybe a tiny bit of Velcro, or got a little bit of cotton hanging out there. That's not the end of the world. Or some sort of, I don't know, piece of ribbon. Actually, I think the ribbon would be nicer, because otherwise you're going to get quite an overlap here, and that's going to look probably a little bit messy, because you can see overlaps don't always work. But it's feasible with some alteration, okay? But it is like huge on her at the moment. But it gives you an idea, and it would probably fit the Guy dolls way better, or a bigger doll than these. I mean, you do get larger fashion dolls than these. Jumper time! Yay! Now, do I go over the head, under the head, not under the head, down from the feet? I know what I'm talking about. It's a good job someone does. Right. Let's see if it goes over her head first. Now, both these girls have got the same size heads. I don't want to mess her hair up too much. It comfortably goes over her head. That's good. Now, again, these have got a slight arm bend compared with the vintage girls, so you might need to wiggle it a bit. Now, like with any jumper, especially when it has a pattern in, there's lots of threads on the inside. Now, I did see somebody, what was it they put over their doll's hands? I think it was like, it's like a cello wrap, or maybe you could actually, I'm going to have a real fight with this, or maybe you could put some sellotape over it, just to stop all these fingers spiking out. I'm just going to pull the sleeve down, to be honest, though. That might be the easiest way of doing it, because they do catch. You've got a choice. No matter what you buy, no matter how expensive it is, if it's this sort of knitting, it is going to have threads on the inside. Look, you can see our fingers caught again. She doesn't want this jumper on, I don't think. Right, over your finger. Oh, come on, we got one more. It doesn't want to go on. One more thread. No, it's not going over. Oh well. Right, we got there. We got there. That's only one arm though. I've got the other arm to do yet. Let's take your hair out of there as well. I'll do all this, then I'll take it off to see if we can get it on Blythe. So I think the easiest way, if you don't, is to wrap something around the hands, but I'm just sort of trying to pull it all the way to the end, so as I can just push it through without catching minimal amount of threads. Yeah, we've only got the thumb on that one, so that's good. So let's pull your jumper on. Now, they are long jumpers, as I say. Could be a jumper dress, just a slouchy jumper. I mean, big jumpers seem to be in at the moment, but I actually think she looks quite sweet in that. I would turn the sleeves back very fractionally, but that just gives us a cuff. So cuffs are okay on jumpers. For some reason, I have to do that with most jumpers, because I'm a little bit sort of shorter, so I do have to do it. But I think she looks quite cool. In fact, she might be getting this jumper. Don't look at me like that. I think she's going to be getting this jumper because I think it suits her quite nicely. So you can see the fit on it. You know, look nice with a pair of leggings perhaps, or, you know, just a pair of thick tights. you can just play around with it. It could be just a jumper for a lounging around the house, but I think that makes a super cute Christmas jumper. But I'm going to pinch it off you, and I'm going to see if it comes off this way. Does it come off over your shoulders? It does, because sometimes with the dolls we need to go from the opposite direction, don't we, to dress them. Now for this girl, I need to take her shoes off first. I don't think we need to take her clothes off, but again with these, I'm going to take her hands out because we can. Well, we can. I've never taken the hands out of this one. That took a bit of doing. But hands do come out. Well, they're supposed to come out. I'm scared of pulling too hard. I don't. Oh, well, there she goes. She's okay. We're not damaged. So, we're going to go from the bottom. That is not going to go over her head. So, let's see if we can get it over her bottom. We should be able to because she's not a very wide doll. And arms in. Oh, she's going to be wanting the jumper now, though, because it looks like it might fit her. And I must admit, she is due for a winter change, because at the minute she's in all the summer clothes, isn't she? So let's see. Let's pull your neck up. So, obviously she's not got her hands on, so it's going to look a little bit too long at the minute. Let's just put one in for now. They don't have to take some wiggling, these hands, which is good because then at least they don't come off. So you can see when her hands are on. And a lot of people, I don't know if you're a Blythe collector, you'll know this, you'll see a lot of designs that are oversized clothing for Blythes anyway. You know, where the sleeves come way beyond the hands, for example. And I have to just pull her away from the camera a minute so I can push this in. Because, there we go, there we go. Oh dear, who's going to be getting this one? I think I might have to go out and get a couple more of these. But this particular one, I'm sure it was Smith's Toy Shop. Because that makes a wonderful sweater dress for her. I think something's caught there. There we go. Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which one do you think it suits the best? I think it looks great on both of them. It's obviously bigger on our Blythe, but I think it looks sort of cuter because of that. Again, I think she's got some red tights. My pussycat's joining me now. I think we've got some red tights somewhere, and we've definitely got some new red shoes. There she goes. Go on down then. I think she might be keeping it. If you bought these, let me know what you think. I think they are super fun. Great for the kids as well if they've got elves so they can dress them up. I know my grandchildren love their elves to have some new clothes. They are very naughty elves though. So I don't know whether they deserve new clothes, but it is quite cute. So I'm going to leave it at that. Like I say, let me know if you've bought them. Let me know if you've got some other designs or you found some other ones, or if you've got the stands and you're pleased with them. I think I'm going to be pleased with them. They are a little long there, as I say, but I think that does allow for different clothing then, so that's a good thing as well. So I'm going to leave it at that. I will see you all very soon. Thank you so much for watching my videos, and you know what to do. Please like, subscribe and share, and I will see you all very soon. Christmas is coming fast. Oh, I've got so much to do. I'll see you all very soon. Bye-bye for now.